afternoon, or no respawns here. Ad Victorium and all of that Brotherhood of Steel bullshit, so probably gathered already. This is a Brotherhood of Steel build. It's not, it's kind of a build. So I wanted, the theme of this is, obviously it's a Brotherhood of Steel settlement. This is obviously in the airport, which is just kind of around the corner from the Pridwin, or like literally just right next to it. It's over there. It's behind that thing. But I kind of gave myself a few limitations. Now, the reason for this is because obviously my character, I roleplay quite heavily, and obviously I mainly play kind of Minuteman, Railroad kind of mix, but I have been starting playing the Brotherhood Steel questline quite a bit. And for me, it felt a little bit, it kind of took me out of the immersion a little bit when I was kind of doing all of this Brotherhood Steel bullshit, and then dumping my armor off back at, say, Sanctuary or whatever. It just kind of felt like, oh, this is, why the fuck am I here if I'm, you know, a member of the Brotherhood of Steel? So I thought, okay, I'll finally get around to kind of making a Brotherhood of Steel build. Now, I've already done the barricades for the settlement, as you can see around the outside. I didn't bother showing it in a video because I've already done a barricades video like a week or two ago, and it was exactly the same technique, just I'm a little bit better at it this time. But I do a tour of the walls at the end, and obviously once we finish this settlement, I will do a nice full slow tour, but basically worked pretty well. Now, the limitations, this was fun. So, in terms of the style of the settlement, I realized that if I wanted it to kind of feel like it was actually kind of something that was set up by the Brotherhood of Steel. And obviously, they're another settlement that I never bothered to actually go and defend. Whatevs. Anyway, so their structures, they're highly trained, or highly disciplined at least, military organization, and therefore they, for example, would take a bit more pride or care into the organization of their outposts, and they probably wouldn't be as scrappy looking as, say, a Minuteman outpost, and that was kind of what I had in mind. However, they wouldn't be as crisp and clean as, say, the Institute. So I wanted it to be kind of Spartan, a bit more utilitarian, but not necessarily sterilized, because obviously these are kind of boots in the ground kind of situation. So basically what that meant was that I didn't want, in terms of kind of avoiding any too much scrappiness, I didn't allow myself to do things like use wood or corrugated steel to kind of patch up structures in a way that I would probably be quite liberal with on my Minuteman builds. It was mostly more about using these pre-existing structures. I might use some steel kind of in other builds in this area, but I'm just being very conscious of making things look like it's kind of military prefab style. So I allow this trailer because I work on the logic that they do kind of scavenge around the local area, but they, for example, take a bit of, they don't just use anything, yeah? Which is why also with this build, it's more about me adding character to the outside of this structure rather than necessarily kind of changing it into something else. It's what I normally do, and I think it's pretty successful. You'll see at the end. It's quite a short video, this one, because I just wanted to kind of see what I could make with this trailer, but I'm quite pleased with what we do. And it's cool because now I have my armor here as well, which is grand. I will be doing other videos with these trailers, by the way, because I do want to use them for Minuteman settlements as well, because obviously there's quite a lot to work with here. But obviously I just want to do my Brotherhood of Steel one first. I do allow myself to use these breeze blocks though, and things like sandbags, because they still have a kind of quite kind of military aesthetic. I like to think the idea that they just have a load of breeze blocks on hand for this kind of shit. Plus, I just really like breeze blocks, basically. It's pretty cool. So I've got plans for the rest of this settlement as well, in case you're curious. I'm gonna, because it's not very big, or the area I've used isn't very big, shall we say. So it's gonna be quite Spartan, maybe do possibly a hydroponics, definitely gonna do kind of some kind of canteen area, kind of like outdoor area they can kind of, you know how you would have in like kind of a boot camp kind of situation, where they just kind of got a little counter outside and places for, kind of 10, 20 guys to sit. But so far, I'm quite pleased as well with how it's turning out. Now, what I like doing here is, these are absolutely awesome. I'm getting used to the updated unlock settlement objects. menu. I was a bit annoyed of it at first, I'm not gonna lie, mainly because I didn't read the update, so I didn't realise it was happening, and it did kind of break my mods a little bit. However, I've gotten used to it now. It's begrudgingly quite cool, but I wasn't paying attention to it. But it at least loads a little quicker now. Now, these platforms here are the fucking shit. I love them so much. This is completely unnecessary to put this here, if you think about it, what I'm going to do. It's basically just a little kind of workshop area for his power armor, but it just turns it into a set piece. All I'm going to do up here is just kind of, you said, put a couple of kind of workshop themed areas, you know, obviously somewhere to actually tweak the power armor, and maybe and some other stations. But it's just a way of just kind of turning this into a kind of set piece location. Plus it was fun to make. Speaking of fun to makes, and also mainly because people were mentioning it in the comments in the last video, and I thought, oh my god, that's just such a great idea. Or maybe not the last video, maybe the video before that. Anyway, the one where I reviewed the frequent flyer housing mod. I really, really, really want, hint, 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 for us to have more either in mod format or even pre-made settlements. Because obviously I'm right next to the airport, right? So the obvious choice for kind of building material, and that would look very cool, is if we actually scavenge scrap planes. So if any mod devs want to kind of maybe give me, put scrapped plane bits in the workshop, because I know they exist, I've seen them, I've walked through them, I followed a dude through them earlier in a quest, so I know they exist. That would be awesome. Please do that. Oh, come on, imagine, it'll be so good. Why has no one done that yet? What's wrong with you? Honestly, sort it out. That'd be amazing. That'd be fucking grand. But it would be cool. I would totally make a plane base. Please make that thing, please. I actually really like that. I'm not mailing you now. God, I had like a massive when so Andrew CX Spaces uploaded the mod. It's actually fine. Wished he'd at least messaged me, told me, so I could then, you know, make a video warning everyone about it. But it basically just really shocked me because it changed the menu completely, and I was like, oh god, everything's broken. So I had a little bit of a tantrum on Twitter. But Andrew, it's fine. Little warning next time, love. But yeah, see here, just turning this into quite a kind of like funky little workshop-y area thingy-mabig. You'll see in a sec with all the junk decoration. I'm just kind of showing you the kind of core elements, shall we say. And also kind of not brushing over. I have a habit when I do these kind of decorative builds where maybe I just don't end up showing you guys anything, and I'm trying to not do that. I'll be like, oh well, I've done all the structural elements, so yeah. But you do see quite a bit of decoration, so it's great. As you can see, putting the bits and pieces, all very grand. You'll see in the decoration I keep the area quite Spartan again. I had to be really, really conscious when I was doing this. It's tour in a second. Here we go. But I had to be really, really conscious when I was doing the decorating, as well as the structural elements, of not allowing myself to be too scrappy, but also like things like chems, just kind of like really kind of keeping in mind exactly whose trailer this is. So anyway, it looks pretty cool. Got a little Brotherhood of Steel flag. I'm quite pleased. I think it still has a wastelandy element. You know, you maybe, for example, if you wanted just a bit more of a mercenary type character, this could be their trailer if you wanted it. Maybe not necessarily Brotherhood of Steel, obviously said, kept it quite Spartan. There are no paintings on the walls or anything like that, any posters. It's got a little workout area. I really, really like his little workshop power armor customization as well. This is cool. Very, very chuffed. Quite straightforward to make. It was really simple. Like I said, the whole building, I think this whole thing took me about 20 minutes, half an hour if you include the decoration. And it didn't take very long. I kind of had a kind of vision in mind, and it worked pretty well. And I think we're going to do 2 more videos, not including the tour. Well, at least 2 more structures will be in this area. But I don't know if they maybe have, all of them will have their own separate videos. We'll see. Depends what I kind of want to fill the rest of this space with. Anyway, hope you guys found that interesting. As always, follow me on Twitter at norespawns. You guys enjoy your weekend. I'll talk to you lovely people soon. You take care.